Good morning, everybody. How you doing today? My name's Andrew.
I'm Daniel.
I'm Aunt Becky.
I'm Pop-Pop.
I'm Kelly.
And we're some of the Veggie boys.
And girls.
And we'd like to thank you for stopping by. If you're new here, please consider subscribing because we can grow a lot of stuff on the farm, but one thing we can't grow is this channel without your help.
Thanks.
And I think this is a good place to stop right here. Welcome back, everyone. It's so nice to see you. At the moment, we have just made our way out to the fields. Animals are taken care of for the morning. Farm market's all set up and ready to go, and we've got a lot of picking scheduled. But today, we've got a few hiccups, twists, bumps in the road, you know, whatever you want to call it. Right, Dad? Right, Matt? Right? Daniel? Yeah, I think you get the point. None of the boys are here. It's just me today. Well, I should say just for the morning. Matthew had to go to the auction, Dad had a meeting, and Daniel had a meeting. So everybody is busy. But I'm here, and I'm ready to do some picking, so let's get started. Peppers are large, very large. Now we need a few different types of peppers for back at the farm market. Some of you may be curious how I know what to get picked this morning. Well, the first thing that I did when I got down to the farm market and after we got it all set up is I went through the cooler and I took note of what we were low on and what orders that we had. So right away, I know we needed some long hots. We do have some back at the farm, but it's not gonna be enough. So I picked 3 more baskets of long hots. We need a few Cubano, we need a few Italiano, and then we need to grab some other peppers while we're out here. As you can see, the long hots are already picked. It didn't take me long at all. I only moved from like 5 or 6 plants, so you can just imagine how full all of these plants are to get a 1.5 bushels of peppers that quick. Now I need 2 Cubanelle and 2 Italianelle, so that's where I'm going to be jumping to next. The boys were picking them the other day. We have plenty of red and orange of each, so I'm going to be trying to grab some green ones. A lot of people are curious as to why we harvest the green ones, and the easiest answer is we sell them. People love them, and that's why we're gonna pick them. But also, I'm not just gonna only pick the green ones. If I wanna grab some of the orange ones or red ones, I'm gonna grab them too. I'm just gonna get these baskets filled. Moving along pretty good here. It's not too difficult to pick peppers when the plants are as loaded as they are. Days like this don't happen too often where you're picking by yourself. I do prefer to work with my family. We always tend to have a good time and it makes the job go along a lot quicker. But days like this will happen. It is neat to see it happen, you know, just end up picking all day by yourself. But you know what? When there's as much work that needs to be done as we have going on, days like this will happen. So if it was something that I really needed to pick a lot of, for example, if it was middle of the summer and we needed to get all the pickling cucumbers picked, then maybe this wouldn't be as enjoyable. But since the pickling cucumbers aren't producing like they were back at the beginning of harvest time or they were in the middle of harvest time, I'm not too concerned today. I know it's a lot of just picking for the farm market, just getting orders filled up. And if the girls do need anything, they just have to give me a call. So if it gets too busy or if something else pops up, they can give me a ring and I'll run back and help them in whatever way possible. We have been picking a lot of stuff for orders, so a lot of canning and a lot of freezing. So that's been sweet corn, tomatoes, beans, things like that, and a lot of peppers. A lot of people will freeze these peppers because they just look really good, they taste really good, and it's nice to have a touch of summer even in the dead of winter, especially here in the north. I think we are getting ready to do some canning and freezing ourselves. I got some beans jarred up. Grammy made a few too many, so she said I could have them. Thank you, Grammy. But I also want to get some sweet corn freeze so I can have that all winter long. That's not too difficult. And I'm hoping to make some sauce. Our family's made sauce for many years because, you know, we got the produce to do it. So that's probably something that I'm gonna be doing. I'm thinking sauce, beans, maybe some salsa, and sweet corn. I don't know if there's anything else that I want to freeze or can. Maybe some peppers as well. It's not too difficult being out here picking. I am enjoying it, and I just am going through my list that I had made when I was back in the cooler. One thing that would make this not enjoyable is if the peppers weren't nice, but it's obvious to see the peppers are gorgeous. It takes no time to fill baskets. This makes it a lot more enjoyable as well. We're thankful because this year has been a great harvest year. We haven't dealt with the amount of disease that we dealt with last year, and that's partly due to how nice the weather has been. You know, we've had some sloppy weather, we've had some dry weather, but nothing compared to last year. Last year was like a year of extremes, and this is the year of harvest, I guess. Lots of progress is being made, but we need to move on to the next thing. We need one basket full of large grain jalapenos. Now that is for an order. And I was instructed by my father, they need to be large and they need to be green. So we better get hunting for them. What do you think, guys? You think that one's large enough? If that one's not large enough, what about these? Yeah, we're gonna be able to find what we need. Jalapenos have now all been picked. I'm going for a walk through the eggplant because we need a few eggplant for back at the farm market. And I'm not sure where we had picked last, so I've got to go for a little walk, and then if I find some nice eggplant, I'll get to picking. Oh, here we go. Okay. Yeah, I think we're gonna be just fine. Beautiful. Now in past years, picking eggplant, we've talked many times about the thorns on the stems. We've started raising a new variety that is thornless. I don't know if thornless is the right word or what it is, but it has less thorns on it. I just got one stuck in my finger right now. But this makes this a lot easier picking. We normally would pick with clippers, but now once we get home and we run them through the washer, that's when we take the tops off. So it allows us to pick a lot quicker than we had in the past. Ouch. These have a lot of thorns on them. Ouch. I think we've got everything picked in this little area that we need. We're now going to be moving over to a different section of field to grab some bell peppers. Well, we're gonna have to come back later because I just got a call from Aunt Becky. She said there's a lot of people there looking for canning tomatoes. She sold the last canning tomatoes that she had up in front of the farm market. So I've got to check downstairs for the girls. Apparently it's busy. So I'm gonna take this back to the farm and then we're gonna have a quick look and see what we've got. Right when I got home, the first thing I did was look for some nice round tomatoes to take up for some people that were waiting for them. I took up 3 baskets. It looks like we have 2 more that we could sort through, and then we also have a few plum that we could go through. I want to get everything that I just picked, ran through the washer and sorted, get that loaded back onto the cart, and then maybe I'll grab some tomatoes to take up as well. I just got everything that needed to be washed and sorted, so we're all good to take this stuff up. I was looking at the tomatoes over here, and I was going back and forth on if I wanted to bring some of these tomatoes up to sell in front of the farm market, because as you can see, there is just a ton of tomatoes down here. But my only problem is, I don't know how many are ordered, and I was talking to Aunt Becky, I called her, she said she has 20 ordered, but I don't know if that's for today, tomorrow, or into the weekend. I don't know. So I'm gonna go up and do a little more investigating to see what I need to be concerned with. And then maybe we'll come down and grab more tomatoes, or maybe we'll be heading out to the field to pick. Not sure yet. When I was pulling in with the produce I had picked earlier, it was obvious that the girls have been really busy. The farm market was like completely full. There's cars everywhere in the parking lot. So I've been working on moving some stuff around for the girls. I've been taking some of the produce in, and while I've been in there, I've been filling up everything that I can. Because we were so busy and because there's so many people here, sometimes the girls fall behind, which it isn't their fault. There's a lot going on. So I just like to help out if I can. So I've been running around all over the place here. I still have produce to take inside, and it's almost lunchtime. So, you know, I gotta eat. Alrighty, it is lunchtime here on the farm. We're having chicken sandwiches. We've also got some fruit salad. What are you getting, Trey? Ooh, fresh tomatoes. I've got a little update for you. We're on our way back out to the fields. We've got a little bit more picking to do. Daniel is now home from his meeting this morning. So he is actually getting hooked up to the potato digger, and he's gonna dig up some potatoes because we have an order coming up. So he is gonna take care of that, and I am making my way over to the pepper field and the tomatoes. I'm gonna get started on harvesting some bell peppers. I don't know how many I need. I think I'm just gonna grab a few, and then I'm just gonna pick tomatoes for a little bit. I don't have a wagon with me. Daniel's gonna be having that, so once I'm all finished with my tomatoes and my peppers, he's gonna come over and pick them up. Bell peppers were something that I really needed to pick today, but I'm not looking for red or yellow bell peppers. I'm actually looking for the green, and the reason for that is because we don't have any of these back at the farm. We sell through all the different types of peppers rather quickly, whether they're a beautiful red, beautiful orange, or this beautiful green color. We go through them pretty fast, so we're always out here harvesting peppers. And that's why I'm out here today, because I just need to fill up all the reserves we have in the cooler. It's interesting because from week to week, we never really know what we're going to be selling more of, the red peppers or the green peppers. That's why we like to have a good amount of variety back at the farm, because if we ever find ourselves in a spot where some people are looking for green or some people are looking for red, we have a good amount of each. So that's just why I'm out here harvesting bell. We do have some back at the farm, but we don't have enough variety, so I'm grabbing variety. I've now got the bell peppers all picked that I needed. They look really nice. They do need to go through the washer at home, so that's where we're off to next. I ran into a little bit of a problem. Dad had called me to ask how things are going. I took my phone out of my pocket and I talked to him, but I had my had one of my AirPods in, so I guess I tried to put my phone in my pocket, or I just set my phone down, and yeah, I couldn't find my phone. So I was looking for my phone for about 15 minutes. I had to go to Daniel and ask him to continuously call my phone, and I found it. It was in the middle of a pepper plant. Yeah, I probably wouldn't have been able to find it without Daniel, so thank you, Daniel. Holy smokes. That's a big spud. As I just told you, I was on my way home with the peppers, but I felt like swinging by Daniel and helping him out a little bit so that he could get finished with his job would be a good idea as well. So we're gonna be doing that. He went through and dug up some of these red potatoes. Like I mentioned, they were for an order, and wow, there is a lot of nice ones here. All right. Funny thing about potatoes, when you try to put them on the baskets, sometimes they roll. And it's still a little early for these red potatoes because they are not dead enough. You can tell from the vines kind of holding fast to them. So we're gonna have to wait a little bit on these. But we desperately need red potatoes, so we need to grab them. There's nothing else we could do. Another problem with them being on the younger side is not only are they sticking to the plant, but I'm noticing the skins are getting ripped up pretty bad. So that's unfortunate, but as I just said, nothing we can do about it. We need the potatoes. We're just gonna have to be a little more careful as we're going out through the field. I'm glad I stopped to help Daniel for a few minutes. We got a lot of potatoes picked up. We only needed a few for an order, but Daniel, he picked quite a bit. That's okay. We're gonna get them all loaded up onto the wagon, then we'll be on our way. Potatoes are all loaded up onto the wagon. I'm gonna run back to my side-by-side because I need to get home before Daniel. We want to run those peppers through the washer before he puts those potatoes through. So we were going through some of the numbers back at home when it comes to tomatoes, just so you know what I'm talking about. And we have enough for the orders, so we are just gonna have to pick tomorrow. Now, I'm out here at the tomato field because I just wanted to look and see how they were. Yesterday we had gone through and picked. We had stopped about 3/4 of the way through the field, but then we picked the rest of the field yesterday. And even though we've gone through and picked it, look at all these beautiful green tomatoes still coming. Now this is just one patch. We have 3 patches all together that we've been picking through, and this one's gonna need a few days until we can pick it again. But my main reason for coming out here was to share with you that we don't need to pick tomatoes today, which is nice. I'm one-man crew right now. But we're gonna be picking them tomorrow, and in the near future we're gonna be doing a lot more picking from this select field. While I'm out here next to the giant old pumpkins, that's gonna be a pain to lift. Yeah, look how big they're getting. It's easy for me to tell you how large they are, but like, I can almost duck down behind and hide behind this pumpkin. You see this? Maybe not, but still, this is, I can't even put my hands all the way around it. This is a big old pumpkin. This is what we like to see, just big old pumpkins. The stem on this pumpkin is massive. I need a Sawzall to cut that off. Not really, but that would be funny. Big old pumpkin. We'll name him Matthew. That probably made the top 5 lists of things you didn't think you were gonna see today. Veggie Boy's out hugging pumpkins. Well, guess what? I didn't think I was gonna be doing it today either. Now that we have a lot of orders squared away, we got a lot of stuff picked for the farm market, we're just gonna head back there and help out the best we can. Alrighty, everyone, it was a little later than normal, but we got some family over here. We just had some dinner, and now we're all hanging out. And yeah, this is where we're gonna end the video today. We got little Lily, little Ronnie, and Callie's right here. This is Nicole. There's a dog in my house. Not normal things. Well, the babies are normal. But anyway, this is where we're gonna end the video today. I'd like to thank everyone for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Bye.